It's time to call out the media again because they failed to cover a big story going on in the Hudson Valley. This severe thunderstorm here that happened 5 o'clock and it moved through into Connecticut. You can see very strong. There was some very strong winds with this storm, and they got pounded by another round of severe storms later on tonight, around 8 o'clock. Another line moved through the Hudson Valley. And there was a lot of damage. If we go to the Weather Service and we pull up their storm reports, which they don't have a link to up here, but if we go into our text forecasts here and look for the local storm reports down here at the bottom, you'll see there's lots of reports here still coming in from these storms here. Trees down Fairfield County, trees down in Orange County, trees down in Putnam County on the Taconic, tree down enclosure on, I can just keep going here, down power lines, multiple trees down across Roscoe Road, Metro North train, hit a tree in Mount Kisco, ping pong hail, huge storms here, tree down on Taconic, the Hudson Valley was pounded. And where the hell is the media? News 12 Westchester in particular. I'm talking to you, all right? You barely covered this. You go on their website, offshore involved shooting, because they love to cover those things because it's political. Meanwhile, town of Goshen, that only gets 22 seconds.
Latest from the Goshen Police's Facebook page.
You barely covered this.
Take a look at some of the damage from earlier as we remind you what the police are telling us. Number one, out and about.
You barely covered this.
Police, fire, highway.
There's nothing here on these storms. Nothing. You have barely anything on the website about it. Storm peels off roof of... Again, only 24 seconds. What the hell's wrong with you? This should have been the top story.
And the Hudson Valley is
Look at this damage.
Weather to watch. Look at this. Thunderstorms blew in tonight. You're looking at the impact in Orange County. Strong winds blew off a portion of the old Chester High School on Maple Avenue. Look at that damage.
My goodness.
Again, it barely covered. Barely covered it. Barely covered. That should be your top story. Not the police-involved shooting. But no, that's not political. That doesn't gear to a certain... It's not just the Long Island division of News 12. And unfortunately, News 12 isn't alone because the city stations also blew this off. Yeah, they didn't cover it either. But they covered this. Yeah, South Shore 12 is all over this one, too. Oh, the important people in Babylon are upset because their canal is dark, has algae in it or some kind of dark substance. Of course, because we got to stop the presses for them. Fast-moving storm, all right. We do have, at least they did cover this. So Yorktown Heights was covered. They do have coverage on the storm here in Yorktown Heights. At least they covered this.
It's making people feel good.
Make every day a
At
little
least they
more
covered
like
this.
Sunday morning.
Here comes the sun.
It looks like their
Stream now
power
on the
is
free
knocked out for
CBS
hundreds
News
in
app.
Yorktown Heights. All right, that's good. I'm glad they
CBS News'
covered
Lisa
this.
Rosner is in Yorktown Heights where people are dealing with storm damage. Lisa.
So they covered this, and I'll provide the link to this to you below. But NBC didn't cover it. They have severe weather expected ahead of the 4th of July, but they didn't really cover the damage. And it wasn't just Westchester that dealt with these storms. It was Connecticut. What about News 12 Connecticut? No. They cover this. New state law means more freedom and less supervision for kids. Who the hell cares? You had a storm come in and knock out power over a large part of Fairfield County and cause damage and hail and everything, and that's what you cover? That's what you cover. Again, geared to these preppy white snobs, these white finance professionals. It's not just News 12 Long Island. The whole media, the media is like just completely clueless here. All right? Where were they today? Again, barely covered. They didn't cover anything. Connecticut was slammed. You know, there was a time when News 12 Connecticut was very respected. But no, Altice came along and ruined that too. So, and of course, our own News 12, well, they're back on shark attacks and, you know, all the other stuff. And, of course, they were in Babylon, too, of course, for the important people. Long time Babylon. It's all about those important white finance professionals and their little enclaves. And the rest of us just forgotten. And it's not, like I said, it's not just the city stations. It's not just News 12. But I will give Channel 12, at least Channel 2, covered these storms. So they did cover Yorktown Heights. They didn't cover Connecticut. We will watch their video.
Well, Dick, we are on Baldwin Road, very close to the Taconic Parkway. You can see behind me, crews are working as we speak to restore power. There are downed power lines that a tree is actually resting on. And as you can see, crews are out here working to restore power. The number of people without power has now decreased in this area from 1,500 to around 300. Just after 5 p.m., there was hail, high winds, as well as thunderstorms. Wow. It brought down trees throughout Yorktown Heights and nearby Golden Bridges, making several roads impassable. In the neighborhood we are in, the power came on just within the last hour. As we were driving throughout the area, many of the winding streets here were pitch black. Residents described for us what they experienced.
I've never seen wind like that. And the hail was coming on. I thought like it would put dents on my car. And then actually I have never seen a chair. It's a heavy metal chair. Flew from my front yard. Like that's how heavy the wind was.
Massive hail storm. Probably like the size of dimes when I was looking outside. I just waited inside and then another 5-10 minutes after it started, everything went dark.
And about 30 miles west of here in Chester in Orange County, there was damage to the roof of a school, also interior damage there. So far, no word of any injuries there. Also in Orange County, the town of Goshen has declared a state of emergency and canceled the town fireworks there. Back here live in Westchester County in Yorktown Heights, storm cleanup, as you can see right in front of us, continues. One man in this neighborhood told us there has been so much rain, his basement flooded for the first time in 12 years. Now, one bright spot in all of this is so far we do not know of any injuries, but officials here in Yorktown Heights are asking people to stay off the roads as cleanup continues. We're live in Yorktown Heights in Westchester County. Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Well, thank you. At least you did the right thing. But these others, especially News 12, I mean, really, this hit the Hudson Valley didn't cover it either, by the way. Rockland DA's office into fire. Again, it's political stuff. What about the news that affects actual average people? No. News 12 is dead, all right? It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. The storm should have been your number one story on News 12. Westchester, News 12 Hudson Valley, News 12 Connecticut. But you failed. You all failed. Instead, you want to just gear to your chosen people because that's what Altice likes. They like white finance professionals, you know. They don't really care about storms, I guess. They don't care about storms. They just want to pretend it's all okay. So I figured I'd put this little video together, a little bit of a rant because, you know, the media really failed today to cover these storms. And again, if I Google this here, you'll see Hudson Valley storms, news. I mean, barely anything even comes up. Look at this. I could put, let's put Mount Kisco. Or Daily Voices an article. Nope. Nope. Nothing. What about the Metro North train that hit a tree? My God, that's big news. I mean, what the heck's wrong with them? Connecticut storms. Nothing. I mean, it's unbelievable. These storms were bad. Shame on the media for, once again, just serving the snobs. This is why I have such little respect for the media. And as much as I hate Donald Trump, he was right about one thing. They are fake news. They certainly don't gear to average people. They gear to fake people, people with money, people in their little world, in their little enclaves. He could care less about the reality that your average people go through. And that's why the media, and the news media in particular, has such little respect these days. Because they're a joke, especially in this country. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching.